My name is Alexander McCreadie, and I am very pleased to meet your acquaintance. I was born on the 18th of May 1917, just across the river in Green Street Lane. My mother was Mary McCreadie, and I never knew my father. I grew up in my grandparents' house with my mother and her four sisters and my wee sister Isabella. My mother worked in Templeton Mill when I was younger, but she became a waitress after Isabella was born. I suppose the hours were better suited to looking after us both. We stayed with my grandparents and aunts until I was 9 years old, and my mother married my stepfather Peter, who was a blacksmith. Soon after, our family grew to include two new brothers, Robert and Andrew. I grew very close to Andrew, as you'll notice if you ever visit my grave. As soon as war broke out, I volunteered. I joined the Royal Artillery and was posted down to Yorkshire for training. It was while I was there that I met Emily and Tilly, and in the autumn of 1940 we were married in Knaresborough. Some might say it was too soon, but there was a war on and we, in the Royal Artillery, never knew where in the world we would be posted or when, so we grabbed life when we could. Emmeline and I had a wee girl fairly soon, and we called her May. I was in the Royal Artillery all through the next few years, and unfortunately, the records of my life with them are pretty scant. We were the largest regiment in the British Army, and for obvious reasons known as the Gunners. Not quite as well known as the Arsenal Football Club, but it described perfectly what we did during the war, although we were not just confined to firing big guns. In the air, we gunners found ourselves flying spotter planes, parachuting and landing by glider, so we could set up our artillery wherever in the battlefield it was needed. At sea, we provided the armed protection for the merchant navy aboard their vessels, while on land we were not only manning the guns, but we built roads, landing strips, and whatever else was needed to help win the war. I did very well, even though I say it myself. In fact, I was about to start officer training, and we were getting ready for the invasion of Europe when things unfortunately went wrong. All the things I saw, the places I went to, the battles I was in, have been lost in the mists of time. Hardly anyone remembers me now, but hopefully now you will. And you know that I represent hundreds and thousands of young men whose lives were cut short, whose dreams were never fulfilled, as we fought and died for freedom. My death was not a glorious one on a battlefield in some foreign shore. I merely became ill and died in the Royal Naval Hospital in Chatham, Kent, on the 28th of March 1944. I was 26 years old, just a couple of months short of my 27th birthday. My body was brought home to Ayr, and I was buried in Ayr Cemetery. Just one of the many who lie there, who paid the ultimate sacrifice for the peace you enjoy today.